and then say, "Yo, what up, man? How are you?"
Good. How are you?
I'm well. Mount Lady, huh?
I yeah, I love her. I love everything about her character and what she does. So she was definitely the first option.
Okay. All right. All right. Hit me with a pitch. What's going on here?
Um, Basically, I just wanted really big attacks through either Titan or Canyon Cannon and Ice Storm, and then just Jolt to get momentum. Uh, Boosting Azure Inferno because I love modifying checks, and then I kind of just threw Gold Tips Imperial in there as a low block that so helps me stack the momentum for Ice Storm. So
We also got Titan Cliff, right? That's like an additional powerful 3.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't hate this. I think the only thing about Gold Tips Imperial is it's just like not a foundation, you know. But we can get to the nitty gritty. So what do you need help with? Right. The pitch is these attacks are very good. This character makes them better. What do you need my help with?
uh, with the recent rule changes, I was gonna help. I was gonna ask you to help you or to help me slim it down a little bit. Um, Obviously she can make an attack unblockable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm missing speed to get them to that unblockable point, so
Sure.
I can build up counters. Or wait, I'm thinking of the wrong character. Sorry. Um, Really just speed and then just maybe any foundations that you think I missed.
Sure. Yeah, we take a look. So here's the deal. It's very obvious. Like when you look at this character, oh man, speed. She gives damage. I need speed. If you have 5 counters, all your moves have stun 1, which is essentially like if you squint your eyes, it's like +1 speed to the rest of the moves because it's harder for them to block. Twisting Azure is also, if you squint your eyes, +1 speed because they have -1 of their check. And then you have one of the best speed pumps in the game with number 23 Pro Hero. If you're just doing the thing that you're doing, you get plus speed to your moves. If you got 2 of these out, you're getting Endeavor stats. Endeavor after he's tied,
Yeah.
you could have number 23 Pro Hero. You could have fully formed Endeavor 3 on turn 2. I go 23 Pro Hero, 23 Pro Hero, my pass. My turn, I review a card, respond Mount Lady, play Canyon Kiff, check a 5, mill 2 cards, grab 2 counters. All right, +2 speed because I have 3 counters. Like Mount Lady's messed up, man. I think that the idea is how do I get this card? How do I get more that bonus stuff? Because you got speed here with 23 Pro Hero, easily excited, and feeling cute, which are all at 4-ofs, right? I'm not positive that speed is what we need, but let's go take a look, right? Let's go see what we have. I think one of the big things that we might be missing when we look at controls is you only have 1 target for Titan Cliff, which I think is interesting. You got 1 target. Are there any 6-check control cards that we could want? Strange Friendship, number 23 Pro Hero. What does combat decisions look like? My rivals play 3 attacks this turn. They commit a foundation. Pretty okay. And then does Deadlock Flip +2/+2 doesn't count? Nah, probably not worth it. Pass through walls. This card seems huge in this deck, right? You're trying to play out a bunch of string decks. You're playing Twisting Azure Inferno, which loves to be blocked by Ice Storm. This card and this card. This card is a magnet for this card. Just being able to build this out is like to build pass through walls. Very strong. Any others? League interview. Hey, I'm not gonna commit a foundation for my Titan Cliff. Actually, what else we got?
That's yeah.
Tomahawk Man. We could build Tomahawk Man. Yeah. I mean, I really like those cards. So I'm gonna put pass through walls into the option, and I'm going to put league interview into the options. And then from there, we now get to mess around with just like what are the cool moves. I think we don't need to worry about attacks. Let's look at actions, assets, foundations, and just move on from there. If there's anything that's like really striking to you, just let me know.
Yeah. The other thing that I was going to mention that I forgot was attacks, assets and actions. I want to play Manifest in this deck so bad because I love it in MHACCG, but I just feel like I can't.
Why? Besides, I'm an MHACCG fan, right? Which it's his card. It's got his big dumb face on it. Why play it here? Like, sell me on that.
Honestly, I just like the idea of playing a Jolt, having them commit one. I manifest it, put it into my momentum, make you commit another one on my next attack. I don't think it's worth it.
Sure.
It was the one thing that I wanted to test, but I just never got to it.
That is fair. Yeah, that's fair. This card is chaos. Oh, wow, that's cool. I'm just looking through right now, just seeing what all exists. Does this say a 6 diff card? Build a card without your 6.
Creeped Out has...
What card?
I didn't realize that Creeped Out had Chaos. Love that card.
Creeped Out? Which card is this?
The
Oh, this one.
Midoriya's face on it.
Yeah, after a Breaker's played. My thing is I think you've got -2 speed on lock, right? Unless you don't like Nice Try. Like Nice Try, what's our blocks look like? Oh, they're very even. Yeah, I mean if you like didn't like Nice Try and you wanted to do Creeped Out instead, that's a 1/5/3. Like it's not, yeah, because this is essentially the same thing, right? It just this is a 1 diff that doesn't get to ready on their turn, so like you can Titan Cliff commit Nice Try as you check your 5, and then on their turn it re-readies back up. Yeah. We have Past 2 Walls. I want to play. See, your infatuation with Manifest is my infatuation with Bright Future. Love that card. That card's this card.
I thought about including the bum, so.
Yeah, I mean it's the chaos symbol loves to do it. You got this one. We don't care about this. I like this card a lot at the moment. I like this card a lot. I wish this card had the water symbol. I think if this card had the water symbol, my Osweet deck would never lose to anything ever. I think it'd be impossible. I think it'd be actually over. It'd be so over.
I still need to build my Asui deck. I've built Chaco with 3, Toga 1 with the new cards, but is one that I've skipped out on.
Oh, Asui's a blast.
Remember the old days where I would get killed turn 2 by Asui 1. It was so upsetting.
Okay. You don't have release in your deck. You're crazy.
Another one that I missed.
That's why I'm here. Okay. All right, we've put a couple cards in the sideboard. Let's talk about them, right? Past 2 Walls League interview. We chatted about them a little bit. Elasticity. This is Stun Hate. This also says, after my attack is blocked, the next attack this turn gets +3 or -3. Really good to instantly activate Twisting if my opponent has a way to interact with me, right? So I've got Elasticity on the board. I have my 3 counters, but they have a they have a damage reset or something along those lines, right? I play my cannon, it gets blocked. I'll respond with elasticity. All right, +3 to my next one. I'll play twisty before they get a chance to damage reset or whatever. If I pumped with Mount Lady, I just press the button on twisty, and now we're off to the races. Feels pretty good. Also, it just steals your momentum if they decide to stun me. I dig it. I like it a lot. Problem solving? I like this card more than I like All Worked Up. It does kind of the same thing, but in the opposite way. This card says, destroy play ball committed +1 to my check, if discarded + to my stats. This card says, if stunned, re-ready. So it is as powerful as keeping Aerie safe. And it says, if discarded +1 to my next check. So I could go Titan Cliff into Titan Cliff if I felt like it with this card, because I could discard 2 problem solvings and just get +2 to my check. So I'll Titan Cliff, discard 2 problem solvings, get +2 to my check, draw my 2 cards back, and then continue on with my day. And then just Titan Cliff again. I like that a lot. Incredible display. After I block with a thing, add it back to my hand. Feels very good. It's just good all around. Vast Hybrid snaps you the momentum so that you can do whatever it is that you have to do with your powerfuls or whatnot. Mimicry is another copy, is a 5th copy of number 27 Pro Hero. I don't love this option, but it also just becomes like whatever else you need. Oh, this turn, I need this to be a Broken Psyche. It is. This turn, I need it to be a Feeling Cute. It is. It needs to be a Chivalrous Competitor. Okay, I'll draw a card, grab a bonus foundation. Decoy Duplicate is obvious. Running away is obvious. You asked for speed, and this is probably the best answer that we have. Training with Gunhead, if we get a twisty turn, or if we have All Worked Up working, or if we get problem solving working, it says +1 speed. And it also hates on throws, which are relevant in the game. They exist. Release, this is just a card we missed. And then Irrefutable Force of Nature. Selectively turning off my opponent's pieces is huge. Here is the biggest deal, though. A lot of what's happening here all feels pretty mandatory. We only have 64 cards, which is, with our 20 attack deck, with our card that says discard 3, draw 3, is kind of, like, this is average. We could probably get away with maybe more copies of cards if we really, really wanted to, like a 22 attack list with 60, if we really wanted to. But if we were trying to get to like 20 and 60, I don't hate it. If we wanted to keep at 20 and like 65, I think the main thing that we have to cut is just this guy. I think this is just the outlier that you don't need, because all of these cards are pretty good. With that said, if we like this one is
agree.
good, right? But like, this card does one job. It makes this card and this card really good. This card, that same low block, says that my opponent can't play the best card on their board. Right?
Yeah.
This card says that this card and this card are really good. This card says that Tongue Whip doesn't kill me. This card says I get to re-pick back up cards and just block with them again. Right? Like, it's another copy, a different flavor of what this card does.
I like it. I like what you're doing. So,
hell yeah.
It's got the okay for me. The other thing that I was going to say, I wouldn't hate adding more attacks. I actually thought about either adding Indiscriminate 1.3 or Blitz Rush, because of the fact that I have 4 gold tips.
You're such an
snapping momentum.
Holy
Maybe
God.
just like I stole your deck, Doc, dude. Or not your deck, your deck.
Hell yeah.
It's all I played for like 2 months.
I love that. That makes me feel awesome. Why not this guy?
Which guy? Sorry.
Are you not watching my live stream in Discord?
Oh, I'm okay. I'm so sorry. I did not realize. That is what is going on.
That's for you. they can't see that.
But I
Why
am
not this guy?
also on.
The Lurker's Strike. I'll be more clear.
I appreciate that. I'm on the browser on my phone because my laptop died, so that's
I remember
why.
you saying that.
Um,
For each card type reviewed,
Lurkers.
do the thing. Action, draw a card, asset, remove 2 cards from a rival's discard pile, attack, your rival discards a card, character, or whatever, build the next foundation you play this turn. Pretty powerful whenever you can random ones off the top or Titan Cliff and get rid of what you want, right? Obviously, we don't have any actions in here, so like the draw a card isn't relevant. But we could just like build the next foundation that we play, which is pretty potent whenever we've got 6 diff, 5 diffs, 4 diff that wants to be chained out, right?
Yeah. Okay. I thought about Lurker Strike. Like it, but I also just not having actions kind of swayed me away from it because
Sure.
I like draw power.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That is fair. We could also do something like Nedge Wave, stun 3, or if my opponent has blocked Titan Cliff, Canyon, whatever, it just gets a bunch of damage, and it becomes a. If we have 5 counters, it's a 4 for 7. If I discarded a momentum, stun 4. Which feels pretty okay.
that sounds pretty good.
What else? You know what? Rivet Stab actually seems like cracked in this character. Actually. Huh.
Oh.
Huh.
Didn't
This is
even consider
Like,
all for one.
I
Yeah.
guess, man, I guess like it's fine, right? But like, if we had like a way to like cheat our progressive, like I don't know, like pluses to our checks, I think it'd be okay. But it really, it really just depends. Man, Rivet Stab, huh? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm gonna go back and look at this card real fast because it damage 3 or less. Man, Rivet Stab might be like one of the answers inside of that. Did you see the Mount Lady deck we had on the stream yesterday with playing the Stormblades?
I did not.
Yeah, Canyon is a 3 damage move, so you could just like Stormblades this card out, and this card just like gets stats for free. Like if you've reviewed 3 times, this just works. That's really cool.
Blades is fun.
I also like Agile Drop in this deck. Or sorry, not Agile Drop, Double Trouble. It's a 2 for 8 with stun 1. If you got 5 counters, it's stun 2. And then it has Echo, which is like decent whenever you've got like Jolt. Like a 2 of Double Trouble wouldn't be bad. And it increases your like it puts 4 attacks in your deck, but doesn't actually increase this number at all. Right? Like on turn 1, you go Electric Jolt, just to snap the momentum. And then on turn 2, you go like Canyon Double Trouble, and then it's like this one's for 11, this one's for 8, this one's for 8. And you just flip it and just like don't care, because like the Echo on this is better than the powerful 3 on this, unless you've done an unblockable move. And this card also says discard redraw to like go find you more moves. Man, Double Trouble's so sick.
Yeah. I like Double Trouble a lot, and it's not going to be a speed issue either, just because of the fact that we have number 23 Pro Hero. So
correct. Yeah, it can fix that. And honestly, like, dude, we don't care. I know that's crazy.
yeah.
Oh, we just don't care, man. Did you waste your mid blocks on me? That's totally okay. I'll play something else. Or like go like twisty, and now like they're all super fast. Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, it's neat.
Yeah,
just as options. If we do push up to this like 22 attack deck, I don't want it to go for like a hard 60. I think like 65 is probably where I'd want to be. So like we cut a little bit here, but it wouldn't be much. So
Yeah,
yeah, I actually think double trouble's the answer. Double trouble is the first thing that I
they're
would
my
try.
favorite.
Okay. The hard question we have now is, do we lose gold tips Imperial?
Ah, I love that card so much. It's so fun.
We could also, it doesn't have to be a 4 of, right? We could drop
I
it down
think
to a 1 of. And like if you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't, right? Like this is not a have you watched my TAM talk on how many numbers of a card should I put in a deck?
I may have. I can't remember.
That's okay. That's okay. It wasn't a plug. It was a simple yes or no. I have there's single words that I use for numbers of cards, and it is needed, wanted, nice, niche. Do you need gold tips Imperial in this deck?
No.
Do you
No, I don't.
want gold tips Imperial? Do you want to see this card on the board? Is it nice to have this card on the board? Or is this a niche card that sometimes gets the job done? And be really honest with yourself. Because like you could just put gold tips Imperial in other decks, right? That do need it.
Yeah. I think it's like you're saying, niche.
It's probably like nice or niche, right? It's a 1 or a 2 of, I think. That's how I feel. And which means we've got like 2 cards of wiggle room here. And it honestly, it like fixed our block zones, like just it cleaned them up just a little bit for more testing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. If you were to snap, shoot from the hip, put 2 more cards in this deck from this list of things that I have, what would they be? Pass through walls, league interview.
Love mimicry.
Mimicry? Okay, yeah, we can do one of those. My answer would be some
Really
number of
like pass through walls.
Yeah, which is the 2 cards that we have put in.
Yep.
21,
I played.
Go ahead.
I was just saying I added pass through walls into the MHACCG deck, yours, just because I like that card so much, and I am actually baffled that I forgot it. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah, MHACCG is one of those characters that I am down to go look at again with set 6 stuff for sure. But it is, yeah, I like pass through walls a lot. What do my high blocks look like now? Block zones, high. A big thing that we are also missing is we also just don't have release in this deck still, which like might be an issue. Like, is that card release better than all worked up? Question mark. Is it better than easily excited? Do we need easily excited?
I think
should we reduce
honestly,
these numbers by like 1 each, right? Feeling cute, all worked up, easily excited, toss in 3 release. So 3, 3, 3, 3, and then there's our 12 instead of 4, 4, 4.
I think I'm cool with just cutting all worked up entirely and putting in release for it. Either that or dropping all worked up down to like 2 of and then 2 of a release.
I have already taken 4 out and put 4 in. I think all worked up is not as good of a card as problem solving. So if you were going to put one of those cards to do the thing, if you're going to put that in, it is better there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I think I'm also cool with just cutting gold tips. I don't think it's right in this deck.
I love that. I'm so proud of you. This is character growth, actually. We should put a second pass through walls if that's the case then. Just have another 6 check.
Love it.
Available. Yeah.
Love it.
I think from here, how often have you played with this Mount Lady deck?
I've done like 5 games of testing max.
5 games. Okay. We have done quite a bit of moving, especially with like cutting 4 assets, adding in 2 more attacks. This might be a place to test. And the thing is because of the way that I give this to you, whenever you load this into your TTS table, you get these 12 side cards that just like pop in with you. So like when you are testing, go take some of this stuff out and go put some of this stuff in and just see what happens, right? Tell your testing partners of like, hey, I'm gonna cut 2 of these broken psyches and 1 of this Ryukyu's training agency, and I'm gonna playtest 1 league interview, double elasticity, and I'm just gonna start with those 3 cards in my hand. So sorry, that's just, I'm trying to test these cards. I'm gonna test them, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is a 65 card, 22 attack list. Very aggressive Mount Lady, and I think that this is an incredible deck. I love Chaos Mount Lady. I think it's really, really strong. Final thoughts before I let you go? And your block mods are decent. Oof.
I think the only other thing that I want to say is, do you feel like Breaker, obviously, but I feel like there's a lot of Breaker hate now in the game. Do you feel like Ice Storm is worth having at a 4 of, or should it be like 2 of, and then we bump Double Trouble up to a 4 of?
What is the bottom enhance on this card?
On Ice Storm?
Ice Storm.
Block. That is very good.
Deadlock enhance, and that is what matters to me, right? Deadlock enhance, +2 speed. So now it's +2 speed, the speed can't be reduced, plus more speed from here, plus damage, and you commit a foundation. As well as its powerful 3 might have unblockable, right? This card is super good no matter the stage of the game. This card is really only good in the early to mid game because it doesn't have, like, it does one thing. It filters you to make your hand better, and it hits really hard. And sometimes it's just like 2 attacks, right? Like this one card in our deck represents 16 damage, which is half of our character's life. So it's got to be pretty okay. This card tells my opponent to stop playing the game. And they also like have to be playing the anti-breaker stuff, right? When you look back at the top 8 from this past weekend, like how many people were actually running pass-through walls? It wasn't that many. How many people were actually playing anti-breaker? The answer was not that much. We are out of the take an extra turn meta of capture evildoers. I think Ice Storm easily makes a resurgence. Take an extra turn meta being gone.
That makes sense.
60 card deck minimum. The game is going to slow back down. The game is going to slow down. We're not going to be dying on turn 2, but you make sure you don't die on turn 2 when you have things like Ice Storm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me.
And if you feel that way, right? Like when you're practicing, make it 3 and 3, right? Like there's no harm in that. Like, oh man, I'm seeing Ice Storm too much. I'm not seeing Double Trouble at all. Let me swap the numbers, right? Hey, 3 and 3, not that big of a deal. You know, like it's all about fine tuning. And the only way that you get to do the real fine tuning, you just gotta have reps. You gotta run it. Final thoughts?
I think that's all.
Easy peasy. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, man, stay on the line long enough for me to shoot you the deck list. And you have a good rest of your night, okay?
Too. Thank you.
See you, buddy.